Hey, what's up? One, two, three, four. Hey, what's up? I hope you guys are doing pretty well. I'm personally doing fine. And the reason why this thing is like this is because I'm so afraid of not capturing the audio and then recording a whole house video and then finding out later that there is no audio. So that's the reason why I just like be using this. But yesterday we were short staffed, and God knows anytime we are short staffed, it's like one of the worst shifts ever. Because it can either break you or make you break you in the sense that if you just started and then you're short staffed, but you kind of have the hangs of it. I feel it's a really good opportunity for you to actually see what it is you can do, to see what's up, like how far you can actually put it. Because you got all them people calling all the time. And right now, your main thing is prioritize, be as efficient as possible, and do your job. So I'm not gonna lie, I've been grateful for a couple of times that we're short staffed because these were times where I was like, oh my God, I didn't know I can do this and that, and it was pretty helpful, not gonna lie. But for somebody who already know what the job entails and how to be efficient and how to care for, well, not necessarily care for patients, but knowing exactly what it is you got to do, coming to work and being short staffed is one of the worst thing ever because you're literally doing your job and you're doing somebody else's job while you're getting paid for doing your job, which is crazy to me because I can't even, this doesn't make any sense. Even if I'm trying to explain myself and I like this kind of makes sense, it does not make any sense. Workload is double. Patients honestly are not being taken care of the way that they should be taken care of because you not prioritizing. You're kind of like task oriented, which task need me to be there first, which task needs to be done first. Right now you're not on the I'm a human being taking care of another human being, but instead I'm a human being with a job. Right now my job is double and I gotta make sure that I do the job before I leave because that's what it is. And yeah, like I said, it does take times away from patients. Times where you could have spent trying to get to know your patients, trying to, deliver the best care as possible, is being taken away from you because you're being pulled left and right. And that just, yeah, the whole goddamn shift goes. That's how it goes for 12 hours. And then the other thing that I put down was it makes you burn out pretty easily. And I ain't gonna lie, like I do remember after a couple of few of my first short stack shift, I felt like, oh my God, what am I doing this with my life? I literally used to have like fake meltdown. I don't have like full meltdown because I'm like one of those people when I do actually have a meltdown, when it actually does happen, this gonna be for a whole day, a whole week, a whole month. It ain't gonna be like for a couple hours or just a couple days. It's just gonna be for a really long time because I just like take so many things in without putting anything out. When it does actually go out, or just my bubble just bursts, I guess everything go out. And that's one of the reasons why I don't really try to have real meltdown, or I try to control myself and actually do not have real meltdown because I know I'll be on this train for a really long time. Like, yeah, I remember I used to have meltdown, fake meltdown at the end of the shift in my car, trying to be like, why did I do that with my life? And trying to laugh it out right after because I know if I just like kept doing this, I'd actually have a real one, and I know I cannot afford that because I got like so many things to do. And it's hard. It's pretty hard. Cause I ain't gonna lie, the job is not really bad. There's some bad stuff that necessarily comes with the job, such as, blowout, brown code, and if you know, you know. I ain't gonna try to do any explanation now. Cause one, it's nasty. And two, I don't want this video to get taken down. So I'm just gonna try to stay out levels as much as possible. Like, yeah, these are the couple things that kind of make the job as that, ugh, that's really nasty, that's really disgusting. But at the end of it, or at the other side, so you can kind of like see you taking care of somebody at their worst, and that's probably like one of the most vulnerable time of their life, and you're there for them. You kind of know what to do. You're helping them to go through it, even if you're not doing any significant things such as diagnosing them or giving medications, but you're kind of like there for the emotional aspect, the hygienic aspect, because kind of like helping them to stuff they cannot do other thing, cannot do stuff themselves. And it's just nice. It's just really nice because not everybody has somebody that can help them. believe it or not. And even though they might have somebody that surround them for the most time, or for the most part, this person might not be a person that she or he chooses to help them. Therefore, you're kind of like the friend, not the friend, even the caretaker by default for however your shift is. And I'm not gonna lie, it's one of the best experience ever, because there's like so many things that you learn about yourself and about this other person you're taking care of as well, which just make the whole thing really beautiful and sometimes really stressful experience to, because based on how you guys match and how you guys vibe for the whole 12-hour shift. I ain't gonna talk about patients firing healthcare workers and stuff like that, because it does happen, not gonna lie. Because I'll literally go to a 12-hour shift, right? And then as I'm working into it, or as soon as I'm done clocking in and I'm finding out like the tea, what happened throughout the day. So and so fired the nurse. So and so is doing this, so and so is doing that. And one thing when it comes to stuff like this, I really want to say is, don't try to pick side as soon as possible, or as soon as you heard this, because you don't really know what happened. You gotta know, you gotta have like a full story. My mom always used to say something like, you always gotta leave a door or a window open, because you don't really know. Because your healthcare workers, the team is pretty much kind of family, like them, people you work with them. Therefore, if they tell you something, it's most likely true. So I'll try to say stuff like, stay away from this mentality, and actually do listen to whatever it is they gotta tell you, because information can never really or hurt. You gotta like be cautious about what it is they're telling you, but try not to act biased, or try not to act towards it, or just with the same sentiment they had like for the whole day, because you don't really know what happened. Because I literally sometimes have patients where it's some people will tell me, or the person that was taking care of them before and will tell me stuff like, they're really uncooperative. I don't know, you guys kind of get it, was giving me trouble all day, not listening and stuff like that. And I will have the patience and sweetest patient ever. And if I just went in the room acting like, I was the person taking care of them for the day, and acting with an attitude or talking with an attitude, I would have probably get an attitude back, and the next thing I would have just keep perpetrating whatever it is everybody was saying for the whole day without, having my own experience, because my experience was biased the moment I step in at work. So I'll just say, when it comes to stuff like this, just stay away from this, from it. Like the last thing that I really want to say that I put down is, sometimes I'll get a shift and I'll generally say I don't want to go back later. But one thing about me is I will never call out, or the likelihood of me calling out is close to impossible. Because I was one of those people before, and when I had my job and I, discovered that, hey, sometimes you can call out if you don't feel like coming. Or if you don't feel like, hey, you're fit for the job for the night, call out. That's how it was told to me. So I used to just call out like whatever, for literally no goddamn reason. Because I remember I used to pick up a bunch of overtime shift, and when I'll just do the exact amount of money that I really wanted to do. So I'll just like call out for the day. And then you know what happened? I ain't gonna lie. These people, one day they pull out every single time that I call out, and every single reason that I told them. Even reason when I told them I generally don't have a reason. Everything was there. Everything was down to the T. I could see date, time, hours, and what I said. So I said ever since I'll never call out, and I never call out ever since. And I'm not gonna lie, it's good too, cause people respect you more, and it does take the load away from your other coworkers. Because when you do call out and you make the whole damn shift short, not gonna lie, I don't want to say what's there to you, but hey, how I know God is watching this and God is judging. But that's all I really wanted to say, though. I don't really want to go to like a whole rant of being short staffed and stuff like that. But that's kind of like what I'm thinking about it, at least for now. Maybe if I got other things to say, I'll just do like an update video, and I'll say like, hey, you know what? I really wanted to say that, but I just was not thinking about it back then. So I'll say thanks for watching. I'll see you guys probably later. Bye.